Good morning everybody, welcome to another video. It's about 10:30 in the morning now and I'm out for probably just a couple of hours I would think, down the Avon, as you can see behind me, something a little bit different today. I'm going to do a bit of predator fishing, that's the plan. Now, I've just grabbed a big net, packet of frozen smelt and a couple of rods set up on floats. We're just going to have a bit of a rove down this stretch. What prompted me to do this? Well, firstly, I've been meaning to go predator fishing for ages and just never get around to it. Keep getting caught up with my chub fishing. But meaning to get out for ages, as I say, do a bit of predator fishing. But what's really prompted it is that 2 videos ago, if you saw that, I was doing some trotting down this stretch and a huge great croc tried to take one of the chub that I caught. Came right in the edge. It was a huge great thing. I mean, he was probably pushing 20 pounds. So I thought, well, if we caught him, that would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Or anything, really. A double would be wonderful. If we catch anything, I'll be happy. Yeah, we've got a chance of catching some zander as well, although conditions not great. It's supposed to be drizzly rain, and it's actually, the sun keeps coming out. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with the weather. It is supposed to get more and more drizzly throughout the day. So, but as I say, we've only got a couple of hours, perhaps 2.5 hours at tops, really. So gear-wise, what I've got with me here is the gear I tend to use down the canal for zander fishing, which I'll be using more in the coming months when the river close season is here. Got my 12-foot, 2-pound Avon Discovery RVS specimen rods. Got a pair of these. As I say, I usually use them really for zander fishing on the canal. Obviously, they're a bit light for proper dead baiting when you're going to be chucking, you know, whole mackerel out and stuff. But for this sort of work, they're perfect. I've got some Nomura Hero reels on there. I've got some 035 main line, nice and strong. And what I've got is a very small esox Pike there, which is running up and down the line, as you can see. Stop knot up there to stop it. Bead above it as well. I've got just enough weight to cock it there in the form of an olivette. And that'll cock the float, and that float, I can run that around if I want. It'll just about cock the float, and then obviously with half a smelt or something on, I can actually do a bit of running the float around with this if I fancy it. But what I've done is squeeze a couple of shot on there, and that'll take it to the bottom for the moment, because I'm thinking perhaps I'll fish some slacks first off. My traces, I tie up with a single circle hook. Now, I'll link you in up there. You can go and have a look how I tie these up on the new channel. I've got a video of how I tie these up on the new channel. But suffice to say, it's some Gen soft strand tied to a single circle hook, a Sakuma 440. That is a size 1 or a 1.0, I'm not sure. But I do prefer that to snap tackle. I'm not a great fan of snap tackle. Right, enough waffle. We haven't got long. Let's get a couple of baits in this slack here. And then, as I say, we'll have a move off downstream. Where I saw that pike last time, it was 5 days ago, but was about 1/4 mile downstream. But we'll have a work down to there and see how we get on. Right, definitely enough waffle. Let's get on with it. So this is about as simple as my pike fishing gets. I have got some rods that I can use for, they're actually carp rods that I can use for doing a bit of ledgering. But I fancied the floats today, just purely because of the how easy they are to move. I haven't got to worry about alarms or anything like that. We've got a nice slack down here, as you can see, by this tree. Swing it around, you'll see a bit better. I think we'll just drop in a few slacks and see what happens. The river's very clear. Too clear, really, but right, see now I know we're not on the bottom there. I'm just going to adjust this until we sit on the bottom. Just want the bait sitting just on the bottom. That's better. Just go a little bit further out with that. I'm almost tempted to just sort of leave one rod static and then perhaps work the other one. I'm not sure. We'll just see. That's just cocked, but that is on the bottom, I can tell. So it's not moving. Right. That's one rod. I'll perhaps get the other one a little bit further down next to these reeds. And yeah, looking forward to this. So guys, I'm only going to give it about 10 minutes in each spot, something like that. Get itchy feet. I'm not very patient despite being a fisherman. So I think we'll have that one in there next to that snag. We'll put this one in here. That's not quite on the bottom, and that's okay. That can just drift around in that little bit of slack there. We'll give it 10 minutes, and then I'll have itchy feet by then and be time to make a move. But it'd be nice to have a pike or two out. It'd be nice to have a big pike out. I caught a pike for quite a while. I think it's because I haven't got the patience. Dead baiting is very much a waiting game, isn't it? I'll keep twitching these baits as well. Heard on the grapevine that that's quite a good tactic. It's lovely watching a couple of floats though. Get himself ready for the, as I say, for the canal season, which is coming up. Well, I say season, you know what I mean? The close season, river close season. We'll get out and do a bit of canal piking and zandering, a bit of canal silvers fishing, maybe some tench as well. We'll just search out all the likely looking spots. See, that one's not, it's not quite on the bottom, that one. Oh, it is there actually. But I don't mind that, like I say, it can just drift about a little bit. You can almost trot with one, really. I think we're definitely just fishing for one bite, really. Ideally a few, but certainly be nice to have a bite. Drop that right in there. There we go. It's on the bottom. It's just the right depth, that is. God, I can see that smelt going down a long way. It's very very clear, the river. I think we'll have a move. There seems to be anything happening here apart from lots of noise over there, which I'll be glad to get away from. Right, this looks worth a few minutes. Very snaggy tree. Don't know what the flow's like. Ah, very static. Let's see if we can get that to sit on the bottom out there. Looks like it is. Yeah. Put one out there a bit, one in the edge. Could possibly fish around the other side of this snag as well, to be honest. So I'll tell you what, we'll move that other one. I'll put this one just around the corner here. There's a big log and stuff in the water here. This bit of cover of one of these brambles. Looks quite good. Chuck that one right there. Tuck this one in a bit tighter. Flip that right under there. There we go. That's it. Right. Fingers crossed. Oh, okay, so there's a bit of a deep hole down there. That's a good sign. That's definitely a good sign. Right, interesting. Yeah, it's a good foot or so deeper there. I'll run this all around the swim, perhaps along that far bank, near bank. There's a bit of depth off these rushes, or dying rushes next to me. Got just several options in here. Ooh, bit of weather coming over. I think we've got to take. I think so. This float's bobbing about a bit. It's doing some very funny things. Might just be the flow. No, we're off. It's off, look, it's gone. Well, see what we've got. Well, what is it? I could see it. I just had a glimpse of it. It's off across the river. Well, it's not small, whatever it is. Great stuff. Whee! In that deep hole to the left. He's probably a pike, but it had sort of grey sheen to it like a zander would. But it's plodding about, a bit more like a pike. As I say, I've still not had a proper look at it yet. Well, that's brilliant. God, it's got some weight to it. It is a pike. It's a decent one as well. Whee! Oh, bit of tail walking. God, he's a nice one. What a scrap. Oh, it's trying to get on the edge now. Come on, out. He's not the monster I saw in swim just fit further down the other day, but he's certainly a good fish. God. Yeah, what a scrap as well. Wow. Are we ready for the net yet? We might be. Not quite. But you can see what's going on. Oh, he's a nice one, isn't he? What a scrap, like I say. Oh, got him. Fab. Oh, he's still got some life in him. We'll let him get his breath back. And we'll have a look at him. Oh. Well, there we are, guys. I've tried to weigh her. My scales go up to 12 pounds. They sort of bottom out about 13, and they've bottomed out very quickly. So she feels heavy. I would say mid-double, somewhere around there. A good mid-double. And that's cracking. Mint condition as well, apart from this bit of a damage to the tail. But yeah, fantastic. Absolutely over the moon with that, as you can probably tell. Cracking. It's not that one that I had chased a chub either. That was actually bigger than this. Definitely bigger than this. But a similar stamp. But there's clearly some bigger ones in here as well. So we'll have to do this again. Fab. So she's had a good rest up in the net here. As I say, she's certainly bigger than 13. But I have had a 19 3/4, and it's nowhere near that big. So I would say probably mid-double, perhaps 15 pounds, somewhere around there. But yeah, very happy with that for a couple of hours work, as you can imagine. And talking of work, probably need to go home and do some. But she's well recovered, as you can tell. Hold on then, hold on. Let's get you back. Get your nose out that mesh. There you go, my darling. Thank you very much. Wonderful. There she goes. Absolutely fantastic. Well, that'll certainly do me. I'm going to make tracks for home now, but very happy, and I'm going to remember to swim. Certainly that deep hole in there, that's was a good, I'd say, foot, at least 18 inches, something like that, deeper than the surrounding area. It's, down here, it's a fairly standard sort of 5 or 6 foot. It's about 7 or 8 foot in there. So yeah, when I first dropped that in, I did think, this is good. But yeah, it took 10 minutes, but she went. Yeah, what a scrap as well. Absolutely fantastic. Give me a beating on the bank as well. I chinned her and she did a crocodile roll and he broke my finger. But aside from a swollen finger, and she's gone back healthy. So that's the main thing. We'll chuck our old baits in here as well so she can have a free feed. But yeah, as I say, I'm going to make tracks for home. It's a couple of hours down there, here, hour and a half, something like that. It's been wonderful. I must do that more often. Definitely must do that more often. And we're going to do lots of it on the canal soon as well. Anyway, I'm waffling. Now, I am planning on getting out in the next day or two. I do fancy a big chub before the end of the season, so we'll perhaps do that, but we'll have to suck it and see with the weather. They keep forecasting it very overcast, and then they change it and it's going to be sunny. So if it's going to be sunny, this river is 3 foot of visibility in here. It's going to be no good. So we'll have to see, or we're fishing to dark, one or the other. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, something a bit different. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your wonderful support. And I'll see you all again on the bank very soon.